Woman who was shot to death in a car going on Interstate 20.
31-year-old Caitlin Elizabeth died from a gunshot. Van Zandt County Precinct 4 Constable Pat Jordan spotted a truck matching the description of Williams' truck and immediately pulled it over. Caitlin Elizabeth was from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Her mother told our sister station in Baton Rouge that Caitlin worked as a hairstylist.
And welcome back to the channel. Today I have another story, and this story is about a young lady named Caitlin Elizabeth. Caitlin Elizabeth was 31 years old. She was from Baton Rouge, and Caitlin enjoyed doing hair. She was a well-known hairstylist, and she flourished as time went by. Caitlin was loving, she was nurturing, and she had a heart of gold. Her family and friends describe her as a person that accomplished so many dreams and goals, and nothing or no one could stop her. Caitlin was a full force to the hair world. I mean, her work was so creative, and she enjoyed sending people home with a smile on their face. Caitlin worked hard, and she posted a lot of her creativity on social media. I mean, braids, dreads, wigs, you name it, Caitlin had the talent. Unfortunately, everything would take a huge turn in September. Caitlin would lose her life. On September 19, 2023, at 1:20 p.m., a phone call was made to Van Zandt County Police Department. It was stated that a person had been shot in the face in the car. Once police arrived on the scene, they noticed that Caitlin had been shot in the face, and she was pronounced dead on the scene. The family that was in the car with her was her siblings, and they described that a truck driver pulled up beside them, and then they got into an altercation. Once the truck driver pulled off, they heard bang. But they didn't realize that anybody had been shot. They thought it was a tire that blew out. Come to find out, Caitlin had lost her life. It was so tragic and sad, especially with her siblings witnessing Caitlin's death. But immediately, dispatchers called out to other police in the area to help find this truck. Unfortunately, Caitlin lost her life. But you best to believe it, Pat Jordan, a police officer, was going to find out who this person was. He immediately answered the car, got description of the truck, and went to work. 17 minutes later, Jordan finds the truck driver. He turned on his lights and pulled him over, making him get out and come to the back of the truck. Then Jordan asked questions to a man by the name of Jason Williams. Jason Williams was an Illinois truck driver, and Jason confessed that he did get into an altercation with a vehicle and people in it. He stated that a female threw something in his car, and he confessed that he did pull the gun after Jordan, the officer, questioned him. He cooperated and he confessed to everything but pulling the trigger.
Sheriff's office originally got a 911 call that a passenger in a vehicle had been shot on the interstate, allegedly by someone inside an 18-wheeler.
Heard several officers responding to a shooting on I-20.
Van Zandt County Constable Pat Jordan was on his way to serve a warrant when he decided to assist with the search for the alleged gunman, who was described to be driving in a maroon truck with a white trailer.
So I had to catch up with it. I caught up with it about the 542, 543 mile marker. I had initiated my lights and it pulled over.
Jordan says the driver exited the vehicle and identified himself as Jason Rashad Williams, and says he admitted to being involved in an altercation down the road. Jordan then made sure Williams was disarmed and called for backup.
He said he was coming down the road. Vehicle pulled up side him. They got into some type of verbal argument, and she threw something in his truck. I asked him, I said, well, did you Have a gun? You pointed at them? Yeah. Do you fire the gun? I don't know.
Caitlin's mom says her daughter was in the car with other siblings at the time. She says they told her Williams had been trailing their vehicle for miles, and when the two cars finally caught up to each other side by side, words were exchanged.
She just asked him, what was the problem? Why were you doing? We trying to get to take, this is what they were thinking. The next thing they know, they heard a bang, a small bang, like they thought the tire was out.
Jason Williams of Illinois is charged with 1 count of murder and 3 additional counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Caitlin's mom says she was a giving person and will be missed by those who knew and grew up with her here in Baton Rouge.
And she was funny, and she was Katie.
He also let the police officer know that he had a weapon on him. Once Officer Jordan retrieved the weapon from Jason, then he called for backup. Once they got a search warrant, they searched the truck and realized that Williams also had another gun in the truck. They took him in and charged him with felony murder and assault with a deadly weapon, 3 accounts. They also gave him a bond of $1.75 million. The family members described that this was devastating for their family and the Baton Rouge community. It was shocking that, unfortunately, she lost her life to a crime that didn't really have to be committed, all over road rage. The witnesses stated that the truck followed them for several miles, not letting them cross over or get in front of the truck, and that's how the altercation happened. But still, Williams haven't confessed to pulling the trigger. He stated he don't know if he pulled the trigger or not. Unfortunately, Caitlin lost her life to a situation that could have been prevented, but no one was thinking in this situation. It began as road rage and ended up as a tragic death that Caitlin did not deserve. Her family and friends remembered her through a candlelight visual. Caitlin was a strong, motivated hairstylist that had so many dreams that she didn't accomplish them. Caitlin also moved from Baton Rouge to further her career and for a fresh start in Texas. But unfortunately, the tragic day of September 19th, when Caitlin was taking her sister back to Baton Rouge, she lost her life. So you guys, let's pray for Caitlin's family, for the healing, for the strength, and justice for Caitlin. Because as of right now, Williams is still incarcerated into his court date. You guys, don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe, and join the Talk and Crime family. Peace.